ratio and proportion. One more important topic, 2 to 3 problems we can expect in clerical, PO as well as SO level bank exams. Now, we have to understand what do you mean by ratio, what do you mean by proportion. See here, in the data interpretation problems, okay, if they are going to give one set of problems, in one set you are going to get 5 sub questions. In those 5 sub questions, definitely you can expect one of the question based on ratio. Okay, and next, ratio and proportion. With the help of the concept of proportion, we can solve most of the problems in a less time, in time and distance as well as time and work. As well as in the percentage problem also, we can implement the concept called ratio and proportion. So, ratio and proportion is very important. So, what do you mean by ratio? See here, ratio is nothing but comparison of two quantities. Comparison of two quantities of similar type. Okay, similar type means the units should be similar. See here, for example, 20 kg of rice, 20 kg of rice and 45 liters of water. 20 kg of rice and 45 liters of water. So, what is the ratio between these two? So, can we compare these two? See, this is in kgs and this is in liters. 20 kgs, 45 liters, whatever may be the numerical value, 20, 45, you leave that one. Here it is kg and here it is liters. So, can we compare? No, because both are not the similar quantities. So, we have to compare with the similar quantities. So, we can compare 20 kg and 45 kg and 20 liters, 45 liters. So, these two definitely we can compare, but the first example what I had taken 20 kgs and 45 liters, those two we cannot compare because the units are not same. If the units are not same, then it is confirmed that both are not the similar quantities. Okay, similar quantities. So, the second example what I had taken 20 kg and 45 kg, kgs are in, the units are same, so both are similar quantities. Okay, the similar is defined in this type of context. The similar is defined like the units should be same. The units should be same. Now, 20 kg and 45 kg. What is the ratio? See, ratio is nothing but fraction. Ratio is nothing but fraction. So, 20 by 45, 5 4s are 20, 5 9s are 45, therefore, the ratio is 4:9. Therefore, the ratio is 4:9. So, ratio means comparison of two quantities. Okay. One more type of comparison we can do. The comparison is like this. See here, A is to B or the ratio means, for example, 1:2. I have taken the example 1:2. So, what is 1:2? See here, the first one, the second one is twice and the first one is only once. Okay, the second one is twice, the first one is only once. So, we are comparing here, the second one is twice of the first one. Okay, that is the meaning, second one is twice of the first one. One more comparison we can do, 3:4. One more comparison we can do, 3:4 means the first one is thrice of the total quantity, the first one is the thrice and the second one is 4 times. The first one is thrice, the second one is 4 times. This ratio can be defined in a different manner also. That is, for example, if you have a cake, the cake is divided into 7 parts. The cake is divided into 7 parts. Out of, see here, 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. Out of these 7 parts, 3 parts belongs to A. Out of these 7 parts, 3 parts belongs to A and the 4 parts belongs to B. And the 4 parts belongs to B. So, very simple, out of the 7 parts, 3 parts belong to A and 4 parts belong to B. Okay, so 3:4 is the ratio. Okay, sometimes they are going to ask you to calculate the ratio. Okay, otherwise in what ratio we have to divide. Okay, so these type of questions they are going to ask. For example, divide 30 in the ratio 2:1. Divide 30 in the ratio 2:1. Means what? 2 plus 1, 3 divided by 3 into 2. If you do, you are going to get the first part. Into 2, if you do, you are going to get the first part. So, which is equal to 3 10s are 30, 10 into 2, 20. 10 into 2, 20. So, this is the first part. Next, if you want to calculate the second part, see here, 30 by 3 into 1 into 1. So, 3 1s are 3 10s are. So, which is equal to 10? Which is equal to 10. Very simple. So, in this format we can divide the ratio. In this format we can divide the ratio. See here, let me tell you one thing. The ratio is also called as fraction. If the ratio is A is to B, then the fraction is A by B. Then the fraction is A by B. This A is called antecedent, this A is called antecedent and this B is called consequent. A is called antecedent, B is called consequent. Okay. So, the antecedent is going to come in the numerator part and the consequent is going to come in the denominator part. Okay. So, now my question is, you have a ratio called A is to B. Can we add a common number to both numerator and the denominator, so that after adding can we get the same ratio which was there before adding? Let me repeat again. Can we add a common number to the numerator and the denominator such that after adding do we get the same ratio which was there before adding? So, that is the question. So, the answer is no, we cannot add, because you take the ratio 3 by 10. If I add 2, then it is going to become 5 by 12. Then it is going to become 5 by 12. So, 3 by 10 is not equal to 5 by 12. 3 by 10 is not equal to 5 by 12. Okay, like that. Can we subtract the same value from the numerator or the denominator? Again, no. See here, 3 by 10, if you subtract 1, the common number I am subtracting, so I am going to get 2 by 9. I am going to get 2 by 9. So, is 3 by 10 is equal to 2 by 9? Is 3 by 10 is equal to 2 by 9? No, not equal. So, that we cannot add common number to both numerator and the denominator, and we cannot subtract common number to the both numerator and the denominator. But can we multiply the common number to the both numerator and denominator? Yes, we can multiply. After multiplying also the ratio remains same. After multiplying also the ratio remains same. See here, consider the ratio 3 by 10. So, if you multiply into 2, next into 2. So, what is going to happen? 6 by 20. After simplification, again you are going to get 3 by 10. After simplification, again you are going to get 3 by 10, so that we can multiply a common number to both numerator and denominator. Okay, and can we divide a common number to both numerator and denominator? Yes, we can divide a common number to both numerator and denominator. This is very, very important. This is very, very important. And next, see here, in the previous example we had taken divide 30 in the ratio 2:1. Divide 30 in the ratio 2:1. So, I had told you that we can multiply a common number to the ratio. So, 2x and x. So, if you add both the two, you are going to get 30. See, this method is very, very important. In so many cases, if you implement this method, you can save a lot of time. Okay, the previous method was also very, very important, but once they ask you the question directly, you can implement those type of methodologies. But here, this method is very, very important. So, 2x plus x is equal to 30. So, 2x plus x, 3x is equal to 30. Next, x is equal to 30 by 3, x is equal to 30 by 3, which is equal to 10, which is equal to 10. Now, see here, 2x means 2 into 10, 2 into 10, that is 20, that is 20. Next, x is equal to 10, that is 30. So, the 30 is divided in the ratio 2:1. So, the values are 20 and 10. The values are 20 and 10. So, here you have learned what do you mean by ratio. Okay, ratio where we are going to compare the similar quantities, means the units of the quantities should be same. Those type of values you can take ratio, and you have learned whether we can multiply a common number or we can divide it by a common number. The ratio can be multiplied by a common number or the ratio can be divided by a common number. Okay, yes, we can do that one. Can we add or subtract a common number to the ratio? No. Why? You have already learnt. And how to divide a given number in the terms of ratio, that one also you have understood. In a direct manner how you can divide, and by using the concept called x, how you can divide. So, both of the two you have already learnt. Okay. Next, let us go to the concept called proportion. Before going to the concept called proportion, I have to explain in detail regarding few of the concepts in the ratio. Okay, see here, consider a ratio called 4:9. Consider a ratio called 4:9, or else you consider a ratio called 2:3. Consider a ratio called 2:3. 2:3. Then 2 square is to 3 square is the duplicate ratio. Duplicate ratio. 2 square is to 3 square is duplicate ratio. 4:9, the duplicate ratio is 4 square is to 9 square. 4 square is to 9 square. So, if you square the terms of the ratio, then you are going to get the duplicate ratio. Okay, next, see here, you take the same ratio 2:3, which is equal to 2 cube is to 3 cube, means it is triplicate ratio. Triplicate ratio. So, 2 cube is to 3 cube is triplicate ratio, means if you cube the given values, then you are going to get the triplicate ratio. Next, for example, you have a ratio like this, see here, 4:9, 4:9, then square root of 4 is to square root of 9, which is equal to 2:3 is subduplicate ratio, is subduplicate ratio. Okay. So, if you take the root of the terms of the ratio, then you are going to get subduplicate ratio. Next, see here, 8:27, one more ratio. So, cube root of 8 is to cube root of 27. So, cube root of 8 is to cube root of 27, which is equal to 2:3. So, this is called sub-triplicate ratio. This is called sub-triplicate ratio. So, if you take the cube roots of the terms given in the ratio, then you are going to get the sub-triplicate of the ratio. So, okay, sub-triplicate of the ratio. Next, the concept is called inverse ratio. If the ratio is, the original ratio is A by B. If the original ratio is A by B, then its inverse is B by A. So, B by A is inverse. B by A is inverse. If A by B is the original ratio, then its inverse is B by A. Then its inverse is B by A. Okay. So, the antecedent is going to become the consequent and vice versa. Next, compound ratio. When you have two ratios or more than two ratios, for example, A by B, C by D, E by F. If you have the ratios in these three in this manner, then its compound is A into C into E divided by B into D into F. A into C into E divided by B into D into F. So, this is called compound ratio. This is called compound ratio.